Be hard to tell when you're kinda in the middle, because to the outside observer, Gen Z might look a lot older than they are on account of all the Botox and filler, whereas
That's probably true. That's probably true.
Millennials look a lot younger than they are on account of all the Botox and filler. Meaning you have
Yeah, that's also
to look
true.
at behavior.
And today we're gonna be reacting to a video called Casually Explained Gen Z versus Millennials. Man, y'all are old, huh? Anyway, now that I'm gonna get disliked to hell. Casually Explained Gen Z versus Millennials.
This video is
Which is funny because both are cringe as hell. I wonder what this is gonna be about, dude, as a Gen Zer myself. Being born in 1998 is pretty OP because my generation is whichever suits me better in my current argument. True, same here. All right, Gen Z versus Millennial. Let's make fun of everybody. Let's jump right in. This is gonna be great.
sponsored by Incogni.
Nice.
When someone says
Nice. I only know this person. I don't know these
they were
two.
born in the year 2002, I automatically think
2002. Ugh. Loser.
6-year-old I've ever
Just
seen.
kidding. I was born in 98. It's not even that much of a difference.
Well, I won't be using that one when they ask me about the island. I was born in 1996.
I see.
Making me just barely a millennial, meaning I'm somewhat of an expert on my older cohort who thinks doggo, pupper, adulting, and having an actual wedding to a
Adulting.
real person.
Yeah, when people have to constantly take pictures online, put themselves #adulting, and it's like stupid shit, like them mowing the lawn or something. It's like nobody cares. What I'm gonna start doing on social media, I'm just gonna take a picture of myself taking a shit and do #adulting.
And they love is still a thing, while also being able to tell Gen Z that making fun of us for skinny jeans doesn't do anything. We inherited housing prices and 3
Ooh, that'd be rough. That'd be real rough. Residential average sell price, January 1997 to January 2016. Oh boy. Oh no, not good. Not good.
financial crises from the baby boomers. You will not even remotely psychologically affect us. You will not even remotely psychologically affect most of us. The first thing we have to do is obviously define the generations, which in the textbook is
Yeah, that makes sense. Look at that hairstyle right there. All right.
1981 to
That's crazy.
1996 for millennials, and 1997 to 2012 for Gen Z.
That's literally, hold on, literally me right here. Right here. Look at that. Literally me. 1997 to 2012. So I'm barely even Gen Z by like a year. That's crazy. It's not even like that big. Like, whatever.
It can be hard to tell when you're kinda in the middle, because to the outside observer, Gen Z might look a lot older than they are on account of all the Botox and filler, whereas
That's probably true. That's probably true.
millennials look a lot younger than they are on account of all the Botox and filler. Meaning you have
Yeah, that's also
to look
true.
at behavioral cues to tell the difference. Because us millennials are trying so hard to cling on to our youth, we're in fact only differentiable from Gen Z by 3 things: ankle socks, hairlines, and when a DJ says, "Put your hands up," we do it with an open palm, whereas Gen Z does it with a closed palm.
This guy.
Gen Z does
This
this
guy.
because you automatically close your hand when you associate with dropping down to the floor, whereas millennials raise an open palm because we don't think Black Lives Matter. While it might sound like I'm here representing my fellow millennials, I did only squeak in there by 1 year, and there are some millennialisms that are too ancient even for me. Take for example answering the phone. Why? Similarly, Gen X still texts like they have an old school brick phone, meaning all of their messages are like, "Yo, bring drinks, see you at 5, sunglasses emoji," which is at least chill and straight to the point. Millennials, in contrast, have all evolved the 2-thumb texting technique, meaning they're able to send you a single paragraph long text like it's
The guy receiving this is nuclear level cooked. The thing is, unironically, do people actually send messages like this long? Because hell no, I ain't typing that out. I keep texts as short as possible. All of them are like literally just like, yeah, okay, sure, LOL, for real, bruh, and that's like it. I'm like, I don't feel like sending long messages.
costs until you really have to respond. Gen Z, on the other hand,
Yep, this is me for real. Oh god, bro, what you doing? I'm such a bad Gen Zer too. Sometimes I see like WID or like certain words, and I'm like, the fuck does that mean? So I go to Google and I Google what it means. It's yeah, I don't know. I don't even understand all of Gen Z.
And sends multiple
Stuff.
messages to indicate punctuation or a different thought, usually ending it with a skull emoji to tell you they've died and will no longer be texting you back. If you're a smug elder millennial who's
Hopefully.
like, why does my younger sibling send 4 messages back to back when they could have just typed it in one message? That shit is so annoying. First of all, if you're annoyed
True.
because you have your phone on vibrate when I'm texting you, you can stick it up your ass. Second, if you looked at literacy statistics recently,
The National Assessment of Educational Progress reported that in 2024, 33% of 8th graders and 40% of 4th graders performed a below basic level in reading. This represents a significant increase since the 1990s and 2000s. Oh, uh-oh. Not good.
punctuate in the first place. And lastly, multiple messages is clearly the superior form of texting, anyone except
yeah.
your boss, because it allows you to better punctuate your rap battles with the homies. If you think about it, line breaks are literally poetry.
You know, that is true. That's true. Actually, you know what? I hate the line breaks. I take it back. I get so annoyed when like my phone just continues to buzz over and over. I take it back. I want to go back to the one format. Just send it all in one message.
When it comes to socializing and how you like to have a good time, millennials and Gen X are notorious alcoholics, but Gen X also does cocaine and millennials instead do weed. Gen X are alcoholics on cocaine because it was the rock and roll culture of the time, whereas millennials are alcoholics and smoke weed because they all have anxiety and need to self-medicate in order to socialize. Gen Z, on the other hand, was very gently parented, don't even pretend they'll ever own a home, and never socialize
That is so sad. That is sad.
publicly. So they just take Tren, Zins, and Goon for dopamine.
And Goon. Yeah, tell me about it. That's all I do. A goon and make videos. Goon.
One thing that Gen Z clearly outdid them on is their slang, because just like high school, millennials also blundered the language on more than one occasion, coining such terrible turns of phrase as doggo, adulting, epic win.
Oh, yeah. I even use doggo a lot. Adulting is cringe. Epic
On
win.
fleek, it's lit fam.
On fleek? I remember swag. Remember when swag was a thing? Yeah, nobody says that anymore. It's lit fam.
Swag, I can't even, I did a thing,
Yeah, I've literally used none of these except doggo.
and calling any type of knowledge hacks. In contrast,
Is that true? Literally any type of knowledge is a hack. Bro, I found out that if you use toilet paper after you take a shit, bro, I discovered this hack. Okay,
Gen Z
interesting.
slang had a stranglehold on our broader vocabularies right away. For example, here's some Gen Z slang you hear all the time, which I will now translate in case it's not clocking to you. Let him cook.
Yeah, I use
He's
that
in the
one.
process of doing something well that isn't cooking, so don't
Yep.
interrupt him. She ate.
I've never heard this one. OMG, she ate? She looked good or did something
She
well.
looked good or did something well that isn't eating. Riz.
I've never heard that. That is so retarded.
Charismatically
Riz,
flirting.
yes.
Crash out.
Yeah, pretty
Mental
much.
breakdown. Shit slaps. It's really good. Fire. It's really good. Hits different.
Dude, these are also retarded. I ironically, I use all of them. This is great. Yeah, definitely Gen Z. Shit slaps. Hits different. Riz. I love them.
It's really good. Bussin'. It's really good.
Dude, this food be bussin'. That's the last time I went to a restaurant, that's what I said to my brother, and he was like, oh Lord, have mercy. Like, bro, this food be bussin'. Gas? What does this
Gas,
mean?
It's really good.
Gas. I've never heard that one before.
No cap.
No cap. Yeah, for real.
For real. On God. For real.
On God.
True. For real. Facts. For real. Deadass. For real.
Deadass.
For real. For real. For real.
For real. Yeah.
The millennials have a terrible take on is that Gen Z has bad fashion. Gen Z has
This fashion, the top left one is fine. This one's okay. This one sucks.
great fashion, especially compared to us
It looks comfortable though, I'll say that.
millennials at the same age. Besides, when most millennials were teenagers, social media hadn't been invented yet, so instead of growing up trying to imitate the most liked Instagram trend, we had peace, contentment, and mixed and matched our clothing like a hand-me-down buffet exactly to our own taste. We didn't dress to impress, we dressed to express our deep cultural anxiety and fear of bothering our parents in case the baby boomers got mad at us, which they pretty much always were. You might not like it, but this was peak millennial fashion.
Ooh, you know what's funny? This is a nice style. It's the hair. It's the hair that does it. It's like the people get spiky, frosted tips. This is okay. Also, this one's awful. That one's very awful.
Prove that Gen Z has better fashion than millennials. In today's social media, it's common for an influencer to be chatting up girls on the street like, yo, you're so pretty, can I get your number? And she's like, I'm 16. And the guy's like, oh my god, you can't be 16.
Oh
Whoa,
god,
get
run.
out of here, chat. Back in my day, you'd already know they were 16 because we were all ugly. Furthermore, Gen Alpha now thinks that point-and-shoot digital cameras give a cool vintage look, meaning guess what? Low-rise bedazzled jeans are getting thrifted, and American Apparel hoodies are right around the corner. We are so back, baby. At the end of the day, ask most millennials, and we sort of feel we grew up in the best era to be kids, but the worst era to be adults. Gen Z, on the other hand, just thinks, wait, things were actually
Yeah, you lying.
good? As an example, when someone says make America great again, Gen Z thinks you can't make something great again if it was always trash.
It's crazy.
I remember when me and Steve worked for Chrysler and Detroit was the richest city in the whole world. I bought a house for me, my wife, and my 8 brothers and sisters back when we were 23. But millennials here make America great again and think, remember the first 150 Pokemon, the Sega Genesis, Rock Band, growing up without a cell phone, when you made YouTube videos just for fun, getting free malware on LimeWire, using an iPod Touch to pretend to drink beer, how people would say,
I remember my friend had something like this in like junior high. It's so retarded.
After you made a 9/11 joke, remember how badly we fucked up our teenage years, but it didn't matter because we had no social media? Remember smog?
Yeah, nowadays people retardedly, dude. That's like the issue with like my generation right now too. They will literally film themselves either saying they're going to commit a crime and then putting it online, or they film themselves committing said crime and putting it online. It's like, you fucking morons. What are you doing?
As I was reading this, I got nostalgic and remembered some more things, so I redid the video so I could keep going. Remember Del Toro Quest? Ordering things from
What the hell is Del Toro Quest? I probably really just made someone mad. I've never heard of this. What is this? I remember falling to reading. What is this?
Scholastic Book Fair?
Yeah, I remember I did something like this too. Why isn't it on a map? What?
The Bermuda Triangle?
Come on, everybody knows the Bermuda Triangle. Have you ever heard of the one where it's like, oh, the pyramid on Mars or whatever? That one. But bro, the Bermuda Triangle. I remember talking with like my friends and we're all like, dude, I think, what was it? Was it Amelia Earhart got lost in the Bermuda Triangle and she was transported, and dude, what we saw, dude, we as a kid, you believe anything. It's like, what? They found a piece of her plane on Mars. And everybody was like, holy shit. As a kid, dude, those kinds of theories were just so fun. And then I remember like they took down like their website, and then I ran up to my friend. It was like some dude the pyramids doing on Mars. I ran up to my friend, I'm like, bro, the government took down the website of the pictures of the pyramids on Mars. Such good times, bro. Such good times.
Remember burning a CD? Remember CD?
I do remember this. I did this in grade school too. You know what dude, this is messed up. I would actually get with my older brother, because he's a millennial, and his friends. They would go to the library, get like music CDs, and then burn the music onto their computers, and then just return the CDs back, and they're like, yeah, we just have the music now. It's just like, that's fucked up. Nowadays you just get what I use is I just go to YouTube Music. You don't have to burn CDs anymore.
Drives in the first place. Remember when DLC was just another game called an expansion pack?
Yeah.
Remember rewinding a VHS before you returned it to Blockbuster?
Hell no.
I remember. Anyway, us millennials are gonna go stare at the Winamp visualizer for a while. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Now, unlike me and most of the people I know who can't remember anything, nearly everything that you've done online is remembered forever somewhere, which is why you should consider—
Oh my god, Alabama housing crisis. Yeah, that is crazy. Bro, Grok is insane. By the way, I actually use Grok quite often these days now. of just simple research. I don't pay for it though. I'm gonna be real, so I don't use like the anime character, but I'll just hop on my X account. I need to really start posting to my other socials, and I'll get on Grok and I'll do some research. AI is getting pretty good. Like these days, going to Google for information, you're like, because like it's just constant advertising, and then going to Grok, it's like for me, it just gives me straight information. It's kind of nice.
Consider today's sponsor, Incognito. As we both know, your online activity is not just stored forever between the two of us in our OnlyFans DMs, but also by data brokers who resell your information online to whoever wants to get their grubby little hands on it. You might have heard the saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. This wasn't the case for LimeWire, that was just piracy.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays it's pretty much true. When you submit your data online to a website, or they ask to track your information in exchange for a cookie that they never seem to deliver, that data is often getting stored and sold to third parties who might want to scam, spam, or God forbid call you on the phone. Incogni acts on your behalf to request that these large brokers remove your data, which they're obligated to do upon request, but rely upon no one actually doing that because it would be really annoying and take ages. Here's my running dashboard since I've started using it, and you can see it saved me over 100 hours. My only complaint is I'm not sure who Melissa is. They could have sent me a picture first. Additionally, with their new custom removals plan, if you found your personal information on websites like whitepages.com or online databases you'd rather it not be in, you're able to submit a URL to the Incogni team who will work to remove your personal information from eligible sites.
That's pretty cool.
Keep in mind, if you made a cringe Reddit post years ago,
cringe, I remember this meme in like grade school. Hey, you know what's funny? If you move each letter to the right in the alphabet, TAL becomes IBM. I see. And what happens if you do the same with ET? Oh, Lord have mercy.
or robbed a bank, it doesn't work.
Yeah, or robbed a bank. Yeah, there you go. The equivalent.
You have to live with your mistakes on that one. If you'd like to give Incogni a try, use the code CASUALLY at the link in the description and save 60% off an annual plan.
Nice. Go check out Casually Explained. Amazing. I've known him for a little while now. I'm gonna subscribe. Dude, no cap, for real. I know. I've been around a little while. I know Casually Explained. He has 100 videos. They're all great. Engineering with the political compass. That one could be interesting. Anyway, it's mostly just an excuse for me to make fun of my older siblings. Every chance I get, I do it. Anyway, love y'all. See y'all later. Mwah. Bye.